My channel, my channel, my content. My channel, my content. My channel, my content.
Happy Monday.
Hey, how's it going, Billy?
I'm doing well, man. So we already got sounds good. What about looks good? What the hell? I can don't look good? Only sound good? Come on, man.
I take what I can get.
Loud and clear, loud and clear. Thanks, guys. Thank you. And like always, we will go to number one, Virgil. How you doing? Hope all is well. Virgil in the house, number one. The Pie Man, Dwight, number two. What's good this Monday? And Mr. Caplocks himself tying in the top three, not tying in, but ending the top three, or adding or contributing to the top three.
Rounding out.
Rounding out. There we go. One of those fucking phrases will work. Happy Monday, all. Hope everyone is doing great. Let's go. Fourth, but still number one to me. Nikki, Irresistible Pythons. Hello to two of my favorite people in the amazing chat. You're so kind. So nice.
She's the best.
She is. Lone Wolf popping in, saying hello. Sammy the Bull Python. Bull Python in the house. What's going on? Boza. Mike. Ed. He says, good morning, Billy and Craig. And chat. Time for MCMC. Loved the last night's live with Dr. Warren Booth. Great guy. Definitely. Awesome, to see him and see what he's doing. And plus learning stuff a little bit, a little more and more, especially on the scientific side and what's going on. And it's definitely had a lot of great questions and answered as much as he could. And like myself, and like he said, we don't know everything, and once we know everything and we can't learn anymore, it's sort of like, what's the point? And, that's what's fascinating for him as well, is he keeps, there's always something to learn. And once you learn something, then you start learning more and more. It's not just like, oh, I learned it and that's it. There's, levels to this shit, which is great. I was talking to Craig. Craig didn't make it yet to watch, so he's got some watching to do.
I do. I need to catch up. Replay gang. Aaron, batter up balls. Says batter up. Ledka in the house. Holly, what's going on? Texoma. Tags Pythons here. Garden State. Pete, what's going on? What's up, Pete?
Any questions, any topics, throw in the chat. We'll get to them and, see what we can do and answer and talk and all the good stuff. Chad's in the house. What's up, Hyperspace?
What's up, man?
Oh, Jeremy says, what's going on, Billy and everyone else? BashCoder Exotic Reptiles in the house. How you doing? Casey, how you doing, man? Cool. I'm just looking at, I've seen it before, but I'm just looking more in depth at the logo. It is cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is definitely cool. Just the Dream says, hey, peace and blessings. Everybody in the Chizat. Thank you. Right back at you.
You bet.
Massey Morphworks in the house. Just says looks good, sounds good. No, looks good. Mm-hmm. But hey, it is what it is.
I'm wearing my Fire Baby shirt tonight, so I look good.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Shout out to Brittany.
Yep.
I'm wearing Canadian fellow, my man Christian. Morph Endorphins.
Sweet.
Yeah, has some awesome pythons and boas. And yeah, fellow Canadian. What else we got going on? Exotic World of Geckos. Have a great holiday. Right back at you. That's just around the corner. It's just nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah. So Cleo turns 1 year old on the 21st of December. So 5 days, she is 1 year old. And then 4 days later, it is Christmas. And then 6 days after, it's New Year's Eve. And then 7 days later, it's 2025. I'm going to run into 2025. Not slowing down. Jen's in the house from TJ Hutch Exotics. Says, hey, hope everyone had a great day. Look at that.
That's not that could be Fat Albert. Hey.
Hope everyone had a great day.
Great day.
We sound more like Kermit on acid, but
Yeah, that's not good.
Most people went to the Fat Albert. What the fuck's that? Like, yeah.
Fat Albert, you're like a teacher out of work. No class.
Yeah. Those are we grew up with that. That was just like, people are like, wow, you were deprived. Yep. That and Scooby-Doo and
Fat Albert was the best. My favorite.
Yeah. What else we got going on? Exotic A1 pets in the house. Peace and blessings, y'all.
What's up, Santos? Good to see you.
Oh, balls and strikes.
Hey, Josh.
Oh, Troy.
Joey. Why did I say Josh?
I don't know. Troy.
I've been drinking. LaCroix.
How you doing, brother? Hope all is well. Solar Xanos in the house. What's going on? Another Canadian. Constricting Creations in the house. Let's see. Oh, Alex in the house from Florida born. How you doing? Happy Monday. Monica's in the house. Says, Billy, how you been? Not bad. Doing good. I guess over the last 6 months, I've made a lot of changes, both personally for the business and physically, mentally, you name it. Doing good. Rolling with it,
Full reset.
Pretty much. Hope you've been well also. SJS in the house. Sean, how is everyone doing? Yeah, hope everyone's doing well. It's that time where, I don't know about you guys, but I've got pretty much 80% of my breeding plan, on paper and down, and then now transformed onto HUSBANDRY.PRO. I've already started locking some of those animals. Others are just, I'm waiting on females to build follicles. But starting, 2025's already starting. So I hope everyone else has, got their plans in and their animals up to size and at least figured out what you want to do in pair. Hopefully that's already going. If not, get on it. What are you waiting for? 2025 is right around the corner.
Better be ultrasounding.
Yeah, get on it. GG Serpents. Chris and Donna says, evening, y'all. Sad. Oh, no. Oh, okay. So I was like, oh, my God. I hate when, good evening, y'all. Sad day here tonight. I'm like, oh, I don't want to read the rest. Just set up our last clutch for 2024. About incubator is empty. Yeah, it is sad, but not like tragic sad. I hate when you start reading. It's like, I don't want to read anymore. But
I read it and I thought they said they lost their last clutch of the year. So,
no, just set up.
That's good.
Our last clutch. I mean, it's not that sad. I mean, other people don't even have a clutch. Their incubator's already been empty for a while.
But the new season is already here.
Yes. So, yep. And that's the thing. I'm hoping 2 or 3 animals lay now in December.
Yep.
And then, hatch obviously in February. But right now I've only got 2 in the incubator.
I've got 1.
Got you double. So, yeah. So I'm hoping to get a few more. If not, it's already they're coming. January, February, March. It's going to start rolling. Jason, how you doing? Good evening. Right back at
What's
you.
up, man?
Justin. What's up, fellas? Justin Crediballs. Oops.
Oh yeah, the water company.
Yeah. So yeah, they did. It was 21,000 and change. So
You
yeah,
had been, for people who don't know, you had been overpaying your water bill because of a configuration. They were off by a decimal point or something.
Yep.
And so you've been paying
10 times the amount
10 times the amount you should be paying.
for 7.5 years.
And you're so rich you didn't even notice.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just pay my bills, right? And that's the thing. I pay my bills. Then I started looking. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are these so high? And I actually thought it was because the electricity,
Right.
because here our electric bill and our water bill are together in the town of Oakville.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here going like, this doesn't make sense. And then they started calling me out of the blue, like 3 years in, and they're like, hey, your water bill is really high. And I'm like, okay. And it's like, yeah, do you have a leak? And I'm like, no, and then, years back, I started looking, I'm like, hey, there's a problem. Oh, there must be a leak. I'm like, well, there isn't a leak. Well, I did this, I did that. And, they just said, no, nothing to do with us. Well, then I found out the problem. I went in and I'm like, look, your machine's fucking faulty because you're charging me 10 times the amount. And they're like, that can't be right. I'm like, oh, it's right. All right. And then they got on it.
You could be filling up a swimming pool every day.
Yeah. They sent, a person over the next fucking day to swap out the meter. And yep, they, settled and gave me a check for 21,000 and change.
Nice.
So, it was crazy, but yes, definitely done. I thought it was going to be more, but I ain't going to complain for,
It's like one of those unintentional savings plans that you didn't know you signed up for. And now all of a sudden you get a bonus.
Yeah. So yes, crazy, but yeah, it's been settled. A little bit of everything. Patrick Saunders in the house. How are you? Right back at you. That's coming close. Oh, Gerald, VIP.
Hey, man.
So happy Monday, everyone. Hope you all had a wonderful week. Well, week's only started, brother. Weekend. Oh, have a wonderful week. I thought it said had. See? Mm-hmm. I'm fucking up already. You fucked up first. I fucked up second.
So's new glasses.
Now, these are the old ones.
Oh, okay.
So I hope you have a great week also, bro. Yep. And in the next week, like I said, well, just over a week, I have Cleo's birthday and Christmas. So pretty awesome. Fairy Tale Exotic. What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? Hope all is well. Smash that like button. Speaking of that, let's do this. Welcome. 14 minutes in. So it's not that bad.
To Fantasy Island.
Yes. I don't know the rest of it. Where all your fantasies didn't come true. I don't know. Let's see. Sammy says, I see that new machine you picked up. What they do. So it's called X Tool. That's the brand. There's a few called like We Create. There's a few other ones out there, but it's a laser engraver, cutter. It's sort of a multi-purpose type of machine.
So it can cut thin wood. It can cut acrylic, right? It can engrave wood. It can engrave acrylic.
It can cut it into the shapes you design. It can engrave metal.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty neat. So I've got it a lot for things I want to do around here. Also for Incog Inverts is the company I own 40% of. It's the Isopod and the springtails, jumping spiders, all that kind of stuff. they're very creative, and they make all these handmade signs and stuff, but it's usually out of paper and wood. Well, guess what? Now, bam, we can make these little signs and little things and engrave the boxes. We can engrave little things, even glass. So just put, special things, even the acrylic, like little houses for the jumping spider. We can now put our logo on that, engrave it on, just give it a little bit more stuff. But I really got it just because I want to make snake tags, and just customize snake tags. And, I reached out to a person. Oh, there it is. Look at that. There you go. Which one? That one? That's the P2. Yeah, I got the S1. And I got all the bells and whistles.
That's the big one.
Yeah. But yeah, they're pretty awesome. So, but yeah, I've got the one where you can put glass, the cylinder, baseballs, golf balls. I mean, it'll engrave anything. I got 2 different lasers. I'm going to order a third. I got all the little bells and whistles.
What's the 2 lasers for?
One's for really high-end metal. So I got a 40 watt, a 2 watt. I'm going to get the 20 as well. So just for different thicknesses, different, material, stuff like that. So it's pretty neat. But yeah, I really want to start making, acrylic stuff for my tagging system. I got some other stuff that I want to do. I've got some ideas of stuff that I want to do, so I'm gonna end up doing that and see where it goes.
Charlie says in the chat that he's been using lasers for years, building them and using them for years. So reach out to him.
Awesome. Yeah. So Fairy Tale says I got some good locks in over the weekend. Fantastic. That is awesome. It's that time, the weather, and some of we have a storm tonight. Well, not a storm, it's just raining, but still. I wish I paired today, but I didn't. I'll be doing that tomorrow. Is that it was. So guess what? So I didn't want to say anything prior, but all is well here, just lounging on the couch, healing up, happy to be alive and able to catch the live. So if you don't know, yeah. So I scrolled through the other day and I didn't know if it was you or someone else. And that's why when your name came up, I'm like, you know what? I didn't want to say anything because I fucking screw up a lot. Like, that wasn't me, man. I'm like, okay. But yeah, so he has a Ford. And I think he said in his comment, when they say built Ford tough, it is, because the other car, and he showed a picture of the vehicle. Yeah, not too good shape. It was pretty bad. I guess the other vehicle was, I'm just going off of memory, 75 miles per hour, boom, into them. And yeah, I think 3 or 4 people were taken to the hospital. But yeah, man, I'm glad you were well. Yeah. So if you want to sort of tell the story below, or just go to Balls and Strikes Instagram, Mr. Troy W. But yeah, glad you're here, my man.
Yeah, man. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, that's some scary shit. I mean, it's not good.
That's one of those moments that sort of gets your attention in life too.
Yeah, and like, I don't know too much about it from what I read, but that person could be texting. That person could be on the phone. If there's other people in the car, they were talking and not looking at the road. Like, who knows? I mean,
could be drunk.
It's a second. Yeah, 1 second can change the course of yours and many other people's lives. So
crazy.
Glad you're okay, Troy. Hope you and the wifey are doing well, and also the other people in the other vehicle. Charlie, shedtesting.com. What's up?
Good to see you, Charlie.
Hope all is well.
That's where to go.
Yes, it is definitely. Speeds Morphs says, "Hey everyone,
How's it going?
here we go. I have an ultrasound, but I've always struggled with palpating. I like to be able to do both. I finally figured it out."
Wow.
Oh, cool.
It's better than me.
Yeah, I've always struggled. I still struggle. I will always struggle. Well, I shouldn't say always, but I'm going to say always struggle with palpating because I'm never going to practice or do better. But I believe when you use a paper towel, you, for some reason, because, you know, it works better. You can feel them better. I mean, I don't know. Oh, this guy.
I don't think I could palpate if they were, 50 millimeters. I still don't think I could feel each one.
Oh, shit. I can't feel these things. Dude, they're the size of an egg. They are eggs at that fact. Nope, can't feel anything. That'd be me too. So don't feel bad. William, what's up, my man? Says, looking good. Thank you. I try. It's this stuff. Unicity. So I'm actually starting to eat a little bit better and healthier. I'm going to start adding some stuff to my eating. Probably start getting into shakes, having a shake a day with some fruits and veggies and stuff like that, because I don't do fruits and veggies. And you should have some fruits and veggies at some point. Me, no. Especially, when I left home at 16, I could eat whatever the fuck I want. And it wasn't fucking fruits and veggies. So you think
You can
about
get fruit in your donuts.
Yeah, not really. I mean, like, so 38 years, I have really not had fruits and veggies, like, and if it is, it's very, very minimal. So, got to start, doing a little bit more for my body. But hope all is well, man. Hope all is well. It's good to see you. God, Game of Odds in the house. Endless in the house. Oh, here you go. 2025 means March Tinley's right around the corner. Hey, slow down a little. Slow down, Pete. Tap those brakes. Come on.
Not far away.
It isn't, but wow. I mean, I just gonna get. Let's do January 1st and then January to February. Like, we're skipping 3 months. Like, slow down. I'd probably be more excited if I could fucking go,
True.
So, Lindsay, Pico in the house. Happiest of Mondays. Hoping everyone had a great week. You as well. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you have an amazing week. Hope all is well. Good to see you. Let's see. Pythonosaur. You see everyone quit on Trudeau. Yeah. So everybody quit on Trudeau today.
Really?
Yeah, the finance minister. Well, I would too. It's sort of like fucking, some $50-60 billion fucking over the deficit that, yeah, I don't know. This Trudeau government's got to go. It's horrible. But yeah, gone. And then it was passed down to the next person and they quit. And yeah, it's, I think 2 or 3 people quit today.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Bye, Trudeau. Like, we need Pierre in. We need Pierre in and fucking Trudeau out.
People don't quit their jobs. They quit their boss.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So I don't know. It's just fucking horrible. Hicks Productions 812. Hey guys, what's good tonight? Wondering what female would be good to pair with a male pastel 100% het hypo. So definitely to me, to get better odds, you would definitely want a hypo female, a visual hypo female. If you could get something more, even better, a combo hypo female, just so that 1 and 2 would be hypo, and when you miss, but it depends what you got also. So if you have, and a bit of advice to anyone listening, if you are going to get into breeding, you always want to buy females first, and you'd like to buy at least 3, if not 4 females, and then raise them up for a year, and then look for that right male to go to those 4 females and raise them up another year. And hopefully, within the next year or so, that male can go to all 4 of those females. So when you have a male that's breeding size, and then you start looking for females, one, it's going to be a lot more expensive to buy 3 or 4 females for breeding, especially at adult size, and especially with great genetics, because it's going to cost you a lot more doing it that way. So that's what I would suggest. But because it's a male 100% head hypo, I would definitely have the female visual hypo minimum. Or, depending where you are or what you have, you might not want to go look for a female for that male. You might want to get other females and look at your projects and get a better male down the road to pair, depending where you're at. If you're new or I'm not sure where you're at, but a lot of different ways, a lot of different things, depending on your goal and your objective, budget, what you want to do, the time and space you have. There's so many factors.
Huge number of considerations there.
Yeah. And it's not easy for me to say, oh, do this, because you also want to make what you like, oh, breed it to this. Well, they're ugly. Yeah, but that's what, you didn't ask me. You asked me for what I would do. That's what I would do. Well, I don't like that. Well, then don't do what I tell you. Do what you want to do. And there's so much to it. Like Craig said, so many different factors. And I don't like giving advice unless I have as many parameters as possible to sort of, see where you're at and work with you and not just tell you to do something and you're doing it. If that makes any sense. Another Canadian in the house. Full tilt. What's up? How are you? Are you Santa? I'm out for the day. Got to go collect toys. Sam, are you, moonlighting as Santa? Is that
good to see you?
Is that for the kids, the grandkids? Is it for a charity? Let us know more, Sammy. What's going on?
I think last Wednesday, Sammy was on Balls and Things, the podcast with Keys Constrictors.
Okay.
And Wiz. So check that out.
Replay Gang. John from BlackRock. Listening while I clean snakes tonight. I'm sure you're not the only one, man. I'm sure you're not the only one. So you can make a nice piece of wood that says ball python. I can even, make the wood in the shape of ball python. I can make it in the shape of a ball python. I can spell the word out ball python and put snakes engraved inside the words. I can do all types of shit. It's pretty crazy because I've been looking at stuff. It's like, I wonder what I can do. And I'm looking, I'm like, holy shit. I can actually emboss leather. I can do this. I can engrave glass. Whoa. It's pretty cool.
You can make pharmaceuticals. You can fly to the moon.
No.
Oh.
So building and using them for years. I probably will reach out. So, let's see. Okay, thank God you put of snow. Fuck, it's key to put in keywords. Thank God you put of snow.
Oh, come on.
That's just saying. It's that's why English and grammar and punctuation and even inclusion of words. And here's one for you, Craig, and everybody listening. There's no letter more important in the alphabet than the letter R, especially when Googling Gary Oldman. You get it?
I get it.
Yeah, there you go. You need that R. You definitely want the R in Gary, okay? It's key. Just like here, man. If you take off the off snow, well, I'd be like, wow. Things that make you go, Craig, you're going red.
Am I?
That's sure to fire, baby. It's burning your chin. Look at that. I just have
Nah.
to. Come on.
We got dad jokes. We got dad jokes.
Yeah, here you go. Roxanne. Oh, hi, Billy. I cut my eggs yesterday. Female had 4 eggs, het pied, the yellow belly het pied. Got my first ever yellow belly pied and first ever pied. Congratulations. Awesome. That's awesome.
That's a pumpkin pied.
The pumpkin. That is pretty super cool. So, yeah, yellow belly pieds are awesome. I love OD yellow belly pieds and, of course, freeway pieds. So, with yellow belly pied, you got a lot of options moving forward. And even yellow belly clown pieds, even double recessive stuff. Yellow belly, I love it. Congratulations. That is awesome to hear. Yeah, the other car was destroyed.
Ugh. Jeez.
Jesus. Ready? Here we go. Oh, only 2 taken to hospital. Margaret and I walked away, actually still drove away. It's on my Facebook. Highway traffic came to a stop as we did. Other driver was texting and never slowed down and hit us.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. 1 second, like if you're not paying attention, and I get it. I'm guilty. I've done it. And it's like, wow, close calls. Like, someone above is looking down at me to fucking, make me look up at that last second. And I've almost done it myself. And I'm really now, thank God with the new car, everything's like on. It's right there. I can get all my messages and talk verbal and everything like that. But it happened so fast. In
your car, everything happens fast.
Pretty much.
It just goes.
Electric, baby. But yeah. I hope everybody in the other vehicle is okay. And I hope you and Margaret, whatever pain you're in now. And don't forget, like after an accident, it could take, several days or weeks to actually, feel the whiplash or the pain or just, something's off. But I just hopefully, it doesn't happen and you can just, and of course you were on the way home from vending the Charlotte Repticon and cool. All the snakes and animals. Wow. That's awesome too. So
that's some miracle for sure.
You know what, Jason? I played that, it's a horrible game and I stopped playing it. Is it the egg or poop? I don't know.
Hey, when I was starting to ultrasound, I was doing that. When I started to ultrasound, just trying to figure out, is that an egg or is that poop?
Poop. Yeah. There's a mass. I don't know what it is. So, Adrian, what's going on? I'm just trying to get caught up. Here we go. Okay, there you go. You don't need fruit and veggies. I'm 100% carnivore. So am I. But apparently, your body does need some sort of...
Donuts does not count as carnivore.
Yeah. I mean, it's, and I don't mind shakes, smooth.
You're carbivore.
I'm probably, carbivore. Carbs, and more carbs. Sugarvore. Yeah. Colorfully vulgar. What's up?
Speaking of in the hospital, he was in the hospital this last week. And
oh, no.
Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Yeah. And I'm going to give a shout out to also Blake. You didn't know this because you were so busy. You didn't come into the Friday night live stream for the top 2 tiers. But Blake was in a car accident.
Oh, no.
And he's been in the hospital for over a week. He got his hip replaced. He's got a shoulder getting replaced.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So be careful on the roads, Don't text and drive. If you're tired, pull over. Stay out of the hospital. Stay out. Take a look at this one, Talado. Take a look at this one, Talado Exotics. Hello, everyone. Working on setting up some new enclosures. Got an ultrasound. Haven't used it yet. Hoping to learn more soon. Awesome.
It'll take some practice, but you'll figure it out, and you know, sometimes still I've been doing it a lot, and sometimes still I won't find anything, and I'll come back the next day and find something, you know.
Joe, Mercy, just crushed another workout. Hope everyone's doing good. That's what I got to start doing. I got to start working out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I crushed a workout today. So
The only crush the workout I get lately is I have notes, right? Like, stuff to do, like, like lots of stuff to do, stuff to do,
that's, you can crush that.
stuff
Yeah.
to do. And when it says, workout, that's my crushing the workout. I'll do it another day. So that's the only crushing of the workout I do, is crushing the word workout of something that I should be wanting to do. That's it. So, but Zach, what's going on? Purchased a super high OD NG freeway today.
Nice.
This is a great market to dollar cost. Yes. The COVID purchases.
This is how I do it
on.
too. I buy more, and then it lowers my average cost. It's almost like I didn't buy the expensive one.
Yep. No, it is. If you're in a position to, 100% leverage, baby. Constricting creations. I laser engrave wood every day at work. Cool. George from Thornwild says, Balls and Strikes, glad to hear you guys were able to walk away and the snakes were all good. Definitely. Morph minded in the house. Right back at you, George. Mission Morphs. Hash says, what type of flooring do you all enjoy best for the reptile room? So myself, at the old facility, I had an epoxy flooring with a nice sort of like glass finish. Looked good, but if there was water on the floor, you spilled something and you stepped on it, you were fucking like, I looked like glass and ice because, you needed skates.
Yep.
So I went now with a flaked ridge. So it has some grip and I love it. How about you, Craig? Did you?
Yeah, I used a polyaspartic, which is a lot of times when they're saying epoxy, now they really mean polyaspartic, and floor with a flake covering, and it's great. It's got texture. It seals everything, so if water gets on the floor, it's no big deal. I can spray the floor if I want on purpose to get the humidity up, like you do, Billy, in your grow up room. And so yeah, I highly suggest it. It's very expensive to have done, but it's a pay once, suffer once kind of situation, and they really make amazing floorings.
I'm on 5 years, and it never, once we wash it, it looks like the day it was installed. It's just awesome.
Same
heavy
here.
duty, and it's made for high, high volume and a lot of wear and tear. I mean, most warehouses have it when they're driving forklifts and machinery on it, and I recommend it. I wouldn't do like a hardwood flooring. If anything, like when I first started at my house back in the day, I did a laminate, one-piece laminate, so that, anything falls on the floor, I can wipe it up. It's not going to go in between the cracks and buckle the wood. But, there's many different options, especially nowadays. Like most of the wood now that you can put down, it's sort of meant for kitchens and bathrooms and stuff. So, but to me, I love my flooring.
It goes down on top of concrete, so that's the key. If you have concrete, then you can do a polyaspartic or epoxy floor.
Okay, yeah, that's true too. You
can't do it if you have a wood floor. Yeah, otherwise.
Well, you could. It just would look like shit after you walk on it a few times.
But a lot of the synthetic wood products like Pergo and those things make great floorings too.
Jason, you try and ultrasound a Superdwarf yet? No, we haven't. I don't have a lot of confidence they are going to hold still like the balls. I haven't. You know what? I'll talk to Austin when he comes in. I believe he's in tomorrow. I'm going to ask him. I'm like, hey, bro, like, you want to try this out? Because I don't think he's done it either. He might have. I'm not sure.
I've recently,
Your bloods?
yeah,
Carpets?
our ultrasound of my blood pythons, and was
Cool.
easy to find follicles and those things.
Oh, and how are they progressing?
They just had their second pairing. I paired them a few weeks ago, and I just paired them again today. They had, last I checked, they were at like 16, 17 millimeters.
Awesome. Look at you go.
Yep.
Awesomeness. Luke, where are you? There you are. Get those likes up. Listen to this guy. I'm going to do this too. I'm going to go here.
What's up, Luke?
I'm going to put up, here you go, just because Luke said so. And I'm going to throw up, go for COCO right now. So, Luke also says, what's up, everybody? All is well. Hope all is well. Yep, right back at you. Macomorph, Grizzly. Hey, everybody. How are you all doing today? What's going on? What's up, Billy and Craig? Quick question. For everybody, what do y'all prefer? Freedom Breeder or ARS? Myself, ARS. And I'll let you go in a sec, Craig. There's a lot of things that I like about Freedom Breeder, and there's a lot of things I like about ARS. They both have different features and different qualities. There isn't one thing that I don't think on earth there's one thing that's perfect. Oh my God, it's the perfect one. You know, there's always something that I wish it had this and I wish, but you know, for me, I love some of the sizes of Freedom Breeder have compared over what the selection from ARS have. There's a lot of features back and forth. I just really, from having ARS for like 17 years and having Freedom Breeder for almost 5, I have to still go with ARS, not because I've had them longer. It's just there's so many things that I prefer. But yet there's, like I said, there's things on Freedom Breeder that I like as well, that you know, you can't get in ARS. So, you know, I don't think you're really going to be miserable with either one. It's just preference and what you like, the look and you know, budget also, and what your goal is. How about you?
I prefer a lot of this has to do with cost of shipping too, and where these plants are, where they make them. So I'm in the Southeast, so it's a lot more cost effective for me to use ARS. And so I prefer ARS for my snakes. You do lose some features, like you don't get the cool shelves that you can get in Freedom Breeder and stuff like that. They now have stainless, so that's not a differentiator as much anymore. But rats. I prefer for my rats, I prefer the
FB?
Freedom Breeders.
Yeah, I'm with you too. I forgot about that.
Because, you know, the stainless really helps, and I like them a lot.
Yeah, the design. I've had ARS rat racks.
Yeah.
And I also now have Freedom Breeder rat racks. Mm-hmm. I think the design is a little, you know, for Freedom Breeder, the design and the way the nipples are in and the way everything is and the extra features and add-ons, it's like next level. I think Freedom Breeder rodent racks are way ahead of ARS.
I agree.
But when you go to, like Craig said, the reptile racks, you know, it's preference, and, you know, you will be paying more for shipping and stuff. The stainless steel, they both do the exact same things. I like how there's hybrids in both now. You know, you just got to build them more and do this. And, but ARS, man, it's coming with these, you know, pieces instead of 30 pieces per level. Now it's like 3.
Yeah, I got one in my driveway I got to put together. I got a mini 130 last week that I need to put together, and apparently it's a lot easier to put together. Man, I'll tell you one thing that's a pain in the ass to put together, and that's a Freedom Breeder rodent rack. You have to rivet them together.
Oh, that's the hybrid one.
The hybrid one. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. It's like, next time I think I'll just buy them pre-built. Like
I got the stainless, the full one, the full normal ones. The original.
Man, it's fun doing the riveting. It's fun. It's not fun.
So I asked because I'm in the midst of installing laminate flooring. Oh, well, it was free second-hand. It was free second-hand planks, and it's replacing dusty carpet.
Yeah.
100%. You definitely do not want carpet.
Yep.
At any stage or at any cost. To me,
Those will do great for you.
Yeah. So laminate. I've been there, done that. Don't mind it at all.
Yep.
Oh, look who it is.
Hey, what's up, Terrence?
And the Whiskey Bomb Network.
Mr. Prophet.
Drop it
In the
in.
house.
Dropping in. Thank you so much, my man. I'm glad you're here.
He and I and Wiz are going to be streaming live from the Southeast Reptile Expo, Bob's show in February. So I think it's Valentine's weekend. We're going to be live streaming from that show, the three of us.
I'm just trying to think. Hold on. Of course it's not there. Let's see. So Zach, he doesn't officially really here because he's got his own collection. But he's here once a week, couple times a week, depending. We have the retics together, the Super Dwarf retics. We've got those that we're working on. We still do a few breeding plans. He comes in and still gives me a hand with ultrasounding and stuff like that. So I believe he's in this week. I think he's in tomorrow, I'll tell you the truth. But yeah, so he I know that he was in yesterday, come and pick up rats. And I believe he said he's coming in tomorrow or Thursday. So who else is here? Oh, GG says MC Academy with Mr. Booth was amazing. Took a ton of notes. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is there's so many things that I'm like, oh my God, wow, that's interesting. And then there's a lot of things I was wondering, why certain things happen. And then especially like, when some of the animals don't, absorb all the shed. I mean, absorb all the shed. Yeah. If they're absorbing shed, Charlie's going to be pissed and so are you, because I don't know what it's going to do for your animals, but you don't want them absorbing sheds. I should have said yolk. So when some of the animals don't absorb all the yolk, and I've wondered this too, and you weren't there, Craig, and a lot of people here weren't on the Patreon live last night, but here's a little snippet. So have you ever had clutches that, say you have 6 in the clutch and 5 have already shed and you're waiting on this one damn one that always takes 5, 6, 7 extra days?
All the time.
Right. And so I don't have it all the time, but it happens quite often where I'm like, and the reason is, or one of the main reasons is, because there could be a number of factors, but and it makes sense because it's usually the runt of the litter or the last one to come out. But have you ever noticed when they've come out, you've looked and some of the eggs, they didn't absorb all the yolk, but you throw it out anyways because you can't really do much with it. Well, if they don't absorb all the yolk, it doesn't trigger something to get them into the shedding mode. So if you do have an animal that hasn't shed out or absorbed all the yolk, there's a few different ways we talked about it, how you can actually go in and take that yolk and pinky pump it in or do other methods. And once you do that, it'll trigger that animal to go into shed mode faster, like the other ones. And this came up because GG Serpents had that question, I believe it was on here a week or 2 ago, asking, might have been on the live stream on Patreon too, the top 2 tiers was, he had twins. And what should I do? Should I feed them right away or wait for them to shed? And I'm like, you know what? I honestly don't know. I mean, I've done both, but I don't really have a track record of, but to be safe, I'd wait for them to shed first. But talking to Dr. Warren Booth, it's better for you to get that extra meal in or to do something to help stimulate that shed and get them, because if they're not absorbing all that yolk, they are not basically getting all the nutrition that they need like the other ones. And he said after about 8 months to a year, you would never notice the difference between size. So, and I'm sitting there going, well, I know it happens once in a while, but I never knew why, right? Because they do well. It's just now it makes sense. And if you go, it was probably that egg when I looked, and there was still like a quarter or so left of the yolk that they didn't absorb, and I just throw out. Well, if they absorb that, they'd be shedding quicker like the rest.
So you leave them in the egg longer? Is that the deal?
Well, no, because they'll come out.
They come out, but they bring the yolk with them sometimes.
Sometimes they do. So what I've done, I'll give a shout out to KG at Bomb Projects. So if I have an animal that's sort of coming out of the egg, but he's still attached to the he's still attached with the umbilical cord and the yolk sac, I take it out, put it in a separate bin with a little bit of water on the bottom only, so that it can, if it moves, that sac isn't sticking and pulling. It sort of slides around with them.
Yeah.
And that they usually absorb a lot more yolk that way. But if Dr. Booth said, if it isn't coming apart after a day or so, 24 hours, he'll tie off the umbilical cord. And yes, you have to tie it off, and then you cut it. Okay. And then if that yolk is still, soft, you can go and sort of extract it in a syringe and get a tube and pinky pump, or there was something else. Like what we do is we'll sort of get some pinkies and put it in. We have a little magic bullet, one of those small ones, and we'll put a couple pinkies in. We'll put in some.
Need a little water.
Yeah, a little bit of water too, because you don't want to pasty as anything. A little bit of water, and we also put in some Da Vinci Boa supplement. Give it a mix, and it has a nice consistency where it's not thick and it's not watery, but you want it more on the watery side. And you put enough in, and not a lot, but you want something to stimulate the stomach, and it was definitely interesting. So. Now I know.
Good reason to be in the Patreon. A lot of these kind of lives.
Yeah, now I know. And it's funny because it happens. I'm like, I guess it just happens once in a while. Yeah, well, it does because of this. So it sort of makes sense now. You know what I mean? So learn some more stuff, which is great. So instead of just, I don't know, it just happens. Well, why does it happen? It just does. Like, it's better to put, a little bit of a understanding behind it. So David's in the house. What's going on?
Hey, man.
Join Reptiles in the house. Endless says we are looking at ARS stainless steel racks for the new facility this summer. Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. All City Serpents. James says, what's up? So Grizzly Bear, is it just me, or does anyone notice acid and confusion or crazy aggressive? I've got both, and I don't have enough of it, or I don't really pay attention to it that I'd be like, oh my God, yeah, they are. No, I'm not sure on that one.
Mine don't eat as well as the others, and I know that's sort of a meme, but for me, it's true. I mean,
yeah, I've noticed that too.
They eat about half as much as others. Half as often.
So I guess this is when the show is?
Yeah, that's when the Southeast Reptile Expo is, near Duluth, Georgia, outside
and it's
of
not
Atlanta.
Next month. You guys are trying to rush this time, man. Let the time slow down. That's not next month, bro. It's a few months. Slow the roll. Talking about March.
We're just excited.
We're talking about February. Yeah, I'm excited too, but I want it going slower.
Nikki and Kurt are flying in from Washington State. It's
that's
gonna be great.
Awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm excited for shit coming, but I want it to come slow. I mean, my time is ticking away faster than I want it to be. Like, in a few months I'll be going, yeah, man, 2026 is just around the corner. I don't want that fucking combo. I don't want to hear it. I want to enjoy 2025. I want to slay the shit out of it, but I want it to last a little longer. So, because 2024 just flew through. in my opinion, anyways.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Nikki says Billy will be on. This is Wednesday, tomorrow. Actually, Wednesday. See, that's why I was looking. So
Time's going too fast. I'll be on that too, on that
Yeah.
show.
the 18th, baby, Wednesday. This Wednesday.
Yep.
Let's see what else we got. Look at that, Charlie in the house again, commenting. Thanks for the reminder.
Charlie's they're kicking ass on the 15 minutes of lame.
They
Doing
are
so great.
They're fucking hilarious.
It's just the best.
There's a lot of great. Every year, there's some that are just like, man, these are like classics.
Yeah.
Great
Great videos, fun videos.
Yeah, no, it's something that's really cool that you watch. Everyone's slaying them.
Although Darren Sloan Morphs.
Oh, why do you have to bring that up? You brought it up last week.
It was spectacular. It was spectacular.
I mean, I think that's engraved in your mind. I bet you next week, hey man, start at Sloan Morphs.
I can't. It's
with the belt
seared.
Yeah.
I can't.
No, it's perfect timing just after the Mike Tyson fight. And it's just like, he nailed it. I got to say, he nailed it. Darren nailed it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to go see it.
Teeth and buns, man.
Oh, my God. No, it was well done. I'll just say that. Eric's More Factory. What's up? Let's see. So Charlie says his confusion eats great. My acid does not. I think my confusion stuff eats better than acid, but it's still a little wonky, some of them. So I would say the majority of my confusion, like Craig's, they're a little bit slower, but my acids are, a little worse.
They're a little confused.
Grim Reaper, Paul in the house. What's going on? Let's see. Who else? Oh, I already caught up. There we go. So, Ramery's Royals. What's up, everyone? Billy and Craig. Question: how far off is the pricing on animals on Morph Market? Seems most animals don't actually sell for what they're listed for anymore.
Far off meaning that you're wondering if the actual selling price is negotiated down from the listing price. Is that what you're asking, Mike?
Because there are some prices on there that are expensive, but if you look, they're expensive because they're usually one of two or one of ones in the world for sale. And when you look at expensive, is it really expensive? If it's the exact perfect animal for your projects, it's not. You could pay, and I know this for a fact, you could pay 5 times what that animal is listed for today, and you think it's a high price. You could pay 5 times the price for that animal, and in 10 years, you would have paid 20 times.
If it's at the right time. If you get it at the right time with the right.
No. So if anybody bought, let's say, a DG Pied or a DG Clown, 2020, 2021, and you paid 10 grand.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You're telling me in 5 to 10 years, you will not make more than 10 grand on that animal? If you're doing it right, you should make 150 to 200. And I know this, and I've been through 4 of these recessions.
But you wouldn't pay that today.
Well, no, but the prices come down.
Yeah.
Right. But if it was a DG Clown, double het, hypo pied with another gene, and it's 20K or 10K, you're fucking right, I would. You know why? Because I've got the animals to
right,
and people,
because you have someone to put it to. A lot of
correct.
You've got a place for it,
right? So if there's an animal out there, and that is the perfect animal for your project, think about this. If you don't pay, say, 10 grand, what are you going to lose if you don't get that animal in your collection for 2 to 3 years? Hell of a lot more than 10K. Right? And you know, I've looked at every animal that I've spent over 5 figures on, and I've never lost. I paid 12.5 or maybe 13.5 for a piebald in 2006, a male, 2005, 2006. I guarantee I've made $250,000 off that animal. I paid 15,000 for my very first freeway. So 15 years later, guarantee I've made $500,000 off that animal. The very first year, I held stuff back, might have sold some stuff. But if you look at longevity, you know, and that's what people don't look at, you know, and you know, well, the market might not be here in 10 years. So I've heard that 30 years ago. I heard it 20 years ago. I heard it 10 years ago. And I'm going to hear it 10 years from now. So it depends on what you're doing and what you're going for. But if you have an animal and you're buying it strictly because of the price and not looking at what it can do for you, I think, and I've had this discussion with many people, especially on my Patreon. It's like, hey, Billy, I look at this animal. It's like they got it listed for $7,500. I'm thinking I'm going to offer them $65, and you know, and hope they take it. And I'm like, okay, so you're trying to save $1,000, and by every means, go and ask. Don't insult them and say, hey, will you take 4? Because that's an insult. But say, hey, you know, what's your best price? Will you take 65 and maybe go to 7? But you know, I don't think it's really out of this world if you say, hey, would you take 65 instead of, you know, especially now, you'd probably maybe even offer them 6. But in a good market, there's no reason to see if you can haggle a little. Some people do. Some people say, fuck it. But for that $1,000 you're trying to save, and I know what, when some people call me, I know what they have. And I'm like, that is an amazing animal. Oh my God, with what you've got, holy Christ, like everything's going to be fire. That $1,000 that you're trying to save, okay, think about what you're going to lose if you don't get that animal. And I've been there. There's an animal that Ozzy had, and it was $6,500 or $5,500. So I messaged him, and I'm like, hey, man, I just saw that up. He goes, yeah, I just posted. I'm like, yeah, dude. You take 5 for it? I think it was 5,500. Will you take 5? He goes, oh man, dude, you know, I need 55. I'm like, 15 minutes later. I'm like, okay. He's like, dude, it's sold. I'm like, fuck. To this day, this fucking cheap ass wanted to save $500. And 2-3 years later, I probably cost myself 20 grand. And I'm years behind in that project if I bought that friggin' animal. So, you know, if you're just out there, I'm just trying to do a collection. I don't really want to breed. I just want to buy cool animals. Well, you know, it all depends on why you're buying that animal. But if it's the right animal, like with the perfect genetics, everything you want, don't think of what it's going to do for you today. What it's going to do for you over the next 3 to 5 years. And you will not lose if that animal is that right animal. That's just my opinion. And I've been there a million times. And, you know, let's see. Look at this. So going back to this, how far off is the pricing? I mean, there's some stuff where I look and I'm like, whoa, but then I look and I'm like, well, fuck, you know, I can't even make that in the next 2 to 3 years. But so, hey, you know, that price tag is sort of good, you know, and, you know, I'll tell you one thing, when the market picks back up and things are good, like, you know, like the market's going to go back and start, you know, going back up, or at least leveling off.
I'd rather see this situation than the race to the bottom.
Yes. And that can happen very easily too. Mm-hmm. Hey, Brittany's in the house. Hey. Look at this guy sporting the shit.
She sent me a box of a whole bunch of cool stuff. Stickers and
me
socks.
She came and delivered it.
Awesome.
She even gave me oh my God. It's a powder that you sprinkle all over your meat and stuff. It's big where she is. Damn it. I think it's for like fish as well. I know it because I see it all the time. I haven't used it yet, but I see it right there. It's like, should I try it? No, not yet. Whatever it is, I'm sure she'll put it up. I'm sure she'll put what it is. It's a spice.
Hope your concert was good. She went to her niece's concert tonight. Hope that was fun.
Look at this. I'm going to do this as well. I'm going to change this to HP, Husbandry Pro, baby. Husbandry Pro. Look at that. Confusion triple het DG G-stripe clowns gravid. Look at that. Chad's in the house. EAD, buddy. EAD. Paul from New Orleans in the house. Oh, look at this. Some of the scrambler combos are insane. It's just like the more I see of it, the more I'm fucking blown away from it. And we're just starting. So,
for sure.
Chad says his acid is like a jack-in-the-box when it comes to feeding. Opener tub with a wooden back scratcher. Yeah, I use some of those, like the boas. Now I use a hook. Stand back and use the hook because they just lunge. So negotiated down to about 35 to 40%. Yeah, I mean, in the market now, I mean, you know, try to get the best you can. I know there's people out there, you know, for my high-end stuff, I don't mind sitting on it, you know, because I can utilize it. For my lower-end stuff, I've done even half price on some stuff in bigger packages, you know, but stuff that I can use down the road, I see more value in it holding on to it than giving it away. But my lower end stuff, like anything, you know, under 2,000 or less, I mean, I'm willing to move a lot of it for a big bang for your buck. And it depends on what it is too. Like if I'm the only one with it, I'm the only one with it. Like, you know, supply and demand also really plays a factor. Oh, here's Charlie. Take this one away, Craig.
My males are basically...
You're not feeling good. I don't want to take your voice away.
My males are basically making offer females. The nice ones are priced to keep. And I think a lot of people are doing that. You put the ones you really don't care if you keep, you put them out there at a higher price and you're sort of daring people to, someone who really needs it, you know, you'd be willing to let it go at this price. And I think some people are doing that for sure. So we're all waiting to see a scrambler freeway. I can't make one this year, but I am working it in for next year. If I make a male this coming season, I need the asphalt into it. And I've also got a breeder. I'm doing a split pairing with Nasty Morphs. I've got my one of my breeder scrambler dreamsicle females going to the Mojave Monsoon. So I want I don't want all Mojave, but I want Mojave Scrambler and Scrambler, you know, triple het Monsoon, Lavender Pieds. So, yep. And credit where credit's due. That's Marcus Gene, and he sent me a nice. I've been talking about Scrambler so much. He sent me a nice message this week.
Cool.
A lot of people working it now. A year ago, it wasn't commonly found in collections. And I think it's just really in the meta right now. Well, let's just say it wasn't found at Tinley a year ago, October. A couple people had it.
Chris Hernan was one major.
Yeah.
There's a few people that have it. And now I really can't wait to see Scrambler spread into all these different genetics that other people don't have. Because I know Mandic has a lot of genetics, but he's got them really isolated in other projects.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So so if he's got say the gene Confusion. No, I think he already has Confusion in it, but say it wasn't. Say he had Confusion into another project, like his Lightning Pied stuff.
Yeah,
he really doesn't have a chance to put the Confusion into, say, the Scrambler. at least not this year, or he hasn't made anything, but he will next year. So maybe somebody else that has it says, hey, I have a lot of confusion stuff. I'm going to put Scrambler into confusion. So I really think now that a lot of people have it, you're going to start seeing a lot more crazy combos pop out with Scrambler going, oh my God, look what it does to this. And I think it's just going to have that momentum really moving forward quick.
I think you're right.
Because it's everything I look at, it's like, wow, imagine it with this too. And I'm being very creative.
Yep.
But yeah, Scrambler. Melinda, Cuddle Time. Good evening, right back. I'm just trying to think. So Jason, let's be real. Bear probably has got 3 breeder adults he misplaced in a rack somewhere he doesn't know about. You never know.
Could be true.
Let's see. Oh, congratulations, Melinda. Grinding like always. Grinding away. Good for you. The grinding is paying off.
Yep. And all that work she's doing on her collection is paying off.
So what's this? I agree, Billy. If an animal pushes you forward, price doesn't matter. I was meaning in general that breeders are putting price tags for shows. And generally, oh, yeah, 100% they will, and I don't have an issue. I mean, if somebody wants to take, high-end animals and what it costs them to produce those and do that and give them away at half off, no fucking way I would. Go ahead, So to me, there's a lot of stuff, and especially, moving animals right now when they're not moving as fast as they would is key. So if I have somebody that buys multiple animals, the discount's going to be way, way, way better, because to me, space, food, cost, cleaning, the tub, everything else, that adds value. So if I get rid of something, if somebody comes and buys like 10 or plus animals and I average 50% off or more on every one, oh, but you could have made this. Yeah, but I'm saving on this. I'm saving on space. I'm saving on staff. I'm saving on bedding. I'm saving on food. You add that in, and now did I really get less than 50%? No, I got 30% because I added 25% value in other areas where people don't understand that. People just look at the fucking numbers. Oh, I got 500. Cool. But I'm saving $200 a month. And if it didn't sell in 6 months, I just made $1,500 fucking dollars. But no, you only got 5. Oh my God, you're dumb. If it's costing you $200 a month at the pay staff and space and stuff, and you keep it for 5 or 6 months at $200, you're losing money. So you gotta, it all depends on the breeder too. Hi-fi. Herp says, hey, everyone.
You know what also helps?
Old Bay, that's it.
Old Bay seasoning. That's the best.
Yeah, so I have it. I haven't tried it yet.
Great for seafood. The other thing I've found with pricing is relationships actually matter for pricing too, and a lot of times I have bought from other people that are in some of my Patreons, that I'm in. And I sometimes get the Patreon discount just because we've made friends in the Patreon. And so you get offered these things. You don't ask for these things. You get offered them. And, I think relationships are really huge.
100%.
To be able to, 2 reasons. First, you get better prices when you're friends and you build a business relationship that they're investing in you. Basically, by giving you a better price, they're investing in that business relationship. And the second thing is, you get animals that other people don't have access to. And there's a lot of the best animals are not on Morph Market, guys. And they're in people's holdback racks or are on the bubble. Maybe they're a holdback, maybe they're not,
depending on what that other person needs.
Yep.
No, that's a great point too. And that's the thing, working with people, like, even if you have somebody that you work with on a regular basis, you're going to give each other better discounts than some Joe Blow that's just inquiring off of Morph Market. And, right. And like you said, building network and building, rapport with other people, it definitely pays off. I expect that from the other Chad. Fucking, what an idiot. Oh, Chad, you're getting as bad as the other Chad.
We need to be able to separate the two.
I don't know now. I mean, he's just dropping his standards down. Like, I don't know what it is. There's been a few comments he's made. I don't know, Chad.
Charlie's right here. 100% what Billy just said is, if it's a perfect animal, my only inquiry is, what's your PayPal? And I can't tell you how many times that I have hesitated and missed an animal because I just wasn't decisive or was back and forth with the seller. Meanwhile, someone else bought it.
Yeah, and never mind the money that you were pondering on trying to save, or it's when you kick yourself in the ass for the next year going, fuck, why didn't I buy it? I'm such an ass. You know what I could do right now? And then when you see the other person post what they made, it really kicks you in the ass. It's like it never goes away. You keep getting poked for not making that purchase, because I know it's happened to me often.
Yep.
Clint says, I'm late, but I made it. What's up? How you doing? Madison in the house first. Oh my God. 219. Happy Monday, everyone. Let's see. Oh, Mike Blackheart.
Awesome.
Oh, here you go. See, we're gonna see it sooner than later.
Gotta see that in Freeway.
I want to see what Scrambler does, to Freeway, and especially with OD. That's gonna be one shiny, bright looking, awesome, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be very orange.
David, Super Stripe, Enchi, OD, Calico Fire Scramblers. Poss double hets next season. Thumbs up. 319 in the house. Marcus and Tiffany.
How's it going, guys?
Cuddle time. Melinda says, totally agree with Craig. I don't know what she's talking about, but I totally agree too.
Probably relationships and buying.
I agree with everything Craig says. As up to this point, because God knows what he's going to say next. I'm not agreeing with it. So, Mommy and Me, Geckos, and Ramrey's Royals says 100% agreed exactly how I view it and how I went about it this season. I utilize animals to network as well. And that's key. That's really key.
Mike's has a great collection, really concentrated goodness. He's got some really great animals.
That sounds like a marketing line. Concentrated goodness. You should have that. Concentrated goodness. Carter's Coils in the house. Good evening.
How's it going?
Good evening. Oh, here we go. Hunger's in the house. I kicked myself in the ass for not buying the first Mystic. Anthony and Pete, it's something. Looked like a normal to me. Price or not, I'm selling my Invisible for 30,000.
Okay.
Now we're getting ridiculous. 30,000? I wouldn't sell mine less than 50. Come on, man. I know the market's horrible, but fuck, man, don't lowball the project, bro. Come on. 50K.
Invisible. How about Irresistible?
Hey, man, Irresistible right here. The time to build your relationships is now. And genuine relationships are worth more than gold. 100%. And that's the thing. It's like back in the day, you couldn't build relationships. You couldn't get info. It wasn't shared. It was every man for themselves. There was no long-term projects. It was buy an animal, breed it to as much as you can to produce more, to get it out as fast as possible, to get the highest dollar before the supply came to drop the demand. Totally different. And it's awesome to see where it is. And there's still a long way for us to go. But I do think building relationships and being part of a community, we've seen it. It's not just there for sales. It's there for learning. It's there for help. It's there for or coming together to help somebody else through tough times. There's so much greatness that has come from, community and networking and relationships. We're a lot stronger together in many ways, and it's shown in multiple times in multiple areas. I think it is key, and you nailed it right on the head, Nikki. It's definitely, I think any time is the right time, but there's no better time than fucking now. And Melinda says, yes, relationships in the Patreon and offers from friends. GG Serpent says, we tell our customers the same thing while it shows. If they're on the fence with an animal and walk away, they come back to buy it. It's always,
True.
Yeah.
Snooze, lose.
Yeah. And you know what? It's always one where it's going to bite you in the ass sometimes. And sometimes, they can come back, and it has been there. I've had it where, more times than enough, because when you go to a show, they're not going to 1 or 2 tables and coming back. They're doing the whole table, and they come back like 3-4 hours later. While 100 other people have gone through your booth. That animal's not that sorry. It's like, oh, I should have asked you to put it on hold. You should have just bought the damn thing. You know what I mean?
I had one where
here we go.
Guy wanted to buy a snake, and I didn't know why he was hesitating, but he's really obsessed with this snake. Didn't buy it. He left for a while and came back and bought it. And he was a DoorDash guy, and he had to do a few DoorDashes to get money to buy the snake.
Wow. Imagine.
That was motivation.
Yeah, but imagine he would have been so disappointed. Like, fuck, you know what I had to do just now to make this money?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It happens, Sometimes you snooze, you lose. Sometimes you don't, but why risk it?
Yeah.
Rising Phoenix in the house.
How's it going, Jamie?
In the house. SFC. I wish I would have bought paint Sentinels back in 2019 when they were offered for a few $100. Yeah, now people are putting them to some awesome stuff and seeing the potential with them, and like everything else, supply and demand.
And I think they were back then, weren't they treating him as a codom, less as a recessive? I think in 2019
there was paint and super paint, and then there was Sentinel and Het Sentinel. So one had it as a recessive, the other had it as a super paint.
Yeah.
Mears Morph says, hit that like button. Made it when I can to the lives, being in the UK. Still hoping for my first clutch, hoping getting it dialed in soon enough. Awesome. We hope so too. And big shout out to the UK. If you're in the UK, you're 6 hours ahead. It is early morning for you there. Thanks for making in. So Ken and Michelle says, I love how humble a lot of the well-known breeders are. If a snake doesn't eat, they will tell you that, not worried about a sale. Yeah, it's the new guys that just want to make a sale no matter what they tell you. What does it eat? Like me, I even get this question all the time. I feed my entire collection, even the holdbacks, even the animals for sale, live ASFs. That's what I feed. Not going to lie. I am starting now to give every, say, 6 weeks a rat, just to give it some extra food, especially with my breeder stuff, just to get to see how it works, to get some extra fat in, especially the ones that are building. But I'm not going to tell you. I know people out there that, what do you feed? Oh, frozen thawed rats. Well, that's what I feed. No, you fucking don't. People tell you whatever you want to hear to make a sale. I hate that. And I hope more people, stop shipping animals like right out of the egg, 80 grams, like get it established, make sure, you're letting people know what's going on. And I've had many people buy multiple animals first time out of the gate. Oh, I fed it frozen thawed rats. Oh, it ate no problem. All of them. Well, yeah, because it was hungry. It eats when it's hungry, and this mindset that, oh, if you feed it this, it's going to eat that only for life. Well, if that's your mindset and only offer it that for life, then yeah, it's guaranteed it's only going to eat that for life until you sell it. But I've had no issues going from mice to rats to the ASFs and back and forth. The odd one won't, but I don't try it every single week, right? I give it some time and breaks, and it's been working well. But I hate when people will try to make a sale, and you're right, bang on. I don't know if it's Ken or Michelle or both, bang on, and it just sucks that, people would rather think of their pockets than the customer or the animals, and it's just shitty. But if you do that enough, you're going to have a lot of people having snakes that don't eat, or they're not what they say, and you're just hurting yourself by doing so.
Well, that's why they're established and well known too. They have a reputation, and
yeah, and so it's hard to build, but it's so easy to lose.
Yep, really is.
I guarantee you that. So David says, I was drawn back into the hobby on Sentinel Clowns and others back in 2016. Then it came to paint and ruined it for me. Look at this guy. What's going on?
How's it going, Leland?
How you been? Hope all is well.
He had a good show with Jared this last week on their new show about morphs, and that was really good. They had Austin on about
earlier in the week, Tuesday, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they've got a few guests this next week.
Selected Creations.
Yeah.
Jared. So SFC, there need to be an industry standard on ship weight, not just 2 meals and it's good. I agree. I don't know who's going to uphold that or put that in stone. I'm not
5
sure.
meals.
I like myself, I don't like to see any animal leave my facility under 100. Shipping, it's more 120 to 150, depending, and I, there's a lot to that. Like, I don't just weigh it and say, oh, it's 150 now. Oh, but it's taken fucking 500 meals. I want to make sure it's established and it's eating consistently, and it's growing at a great rate. I have no problem holding animals back to get more meals in them, to ship them out when they're more than established. And I've never had someone say, hey, Billy, man, that animal that was 150 grams, I got it now and it's 250. Man, you're an asshole. It's never happened. And, here, look at this, Brittany. All my snakes have switched food, no problem.
Mine too.
Yeah. And you've even got adults from me, because people say, oh, adults are so hard to. No, they're not. An animal will eat if it's hungry, So, yeah, you've got a lot of animals from me.
Yep.
So, yeah. But I'm not going to lie about what they eat. This is what they eat. And if you don't like it or don't feel comfortable buying because you don't think it's going to switch, then don't buy.
Well, I mean, I was very worried about it when I first started. And I think I was very worried about it because a breeder told me to be very worried about it,
Right. And I get that, right? It's instilled in you.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's why I like to say, I've done this and I do this, and this is what I've seen. And it's not like 5 or 10 animals, it's thousands. And I tell you what I see and what I notice and what I like and why I do it. And you deduct what you want from it. But, you have to use this bedding. You have to do it like this. You have to feed this way. I think that's a real shitty mindset, because I don't believe even the way I do things, I think it's the best and it's the way I like it. Is it the best? We'll never know. Or maybe, there's so many ways to do things. Like, are we doing this correctly? We think we are, we're pretty good at what we're doing, but I'm sure we could be a lot better. I'm sure there's a lot more stuff that we don't understand, and we could do a lot better and learn more about these animals instead of just, oh, I'm right. You got to do it like this. Okay. 319 says, makes no sense to lie for a sale and risk reputation. Future sales. Word gets around. It does. The big name breeders with shit service get called out in Patreon groups.
I really appreciate Marcus and Tiffany. They really support my work on Instagram, and I really appreciate them. You guys are great.
Awesome. Look at that. Big shout out to Marcus and Tiffany.
Dambala.
Say it again.
Dambala.
Say it with some meaning.
Dambala.
Oh. You heard it here. So whenever you see them or see anyone wearing their merch, you got to go up and do exactly what Craig just said.
Dambala.
People will look at you like you're fucking weird, but do you really care? No. Do it. Just say Billy told you to do it.
Nikki corrected me. The genetic canvas tomorrow night, all about chocolate.
Okay. I feed strictly rats. If they skip 2 feedings, I offer an ASF. I used to do that. Yep. Just had 7 out of 11 that didn't eat. Took an ASF out of 170 animals. Yeah, I do that too. Just like this weekend, I fed everybody rats. And there was probably 15 out of 300 that didn't. Put an ASF in. And I had 12 or 13 eat the ASFs. And there's still 2 or 3 that didn't. So they could be going into a shed. They could also be almost gravid. Yeah, you know, there's could be a number of reasons.
I was pleasantly surprised last week because I was low on rats and had to dip into my frozen thawed stock. And
that's a good one.
And I'm telling you, it was a lot more took than I thought. You know, a lot more took. Not everybody took, but I mean, I want to say 75% took frozen thawed that are normally fed live Norways.
That's great numbers.
Yep.
You know, and I'm sure if you consistently started switching over to strictly frozen thaws, those numbers would sort of go up and down. And, you know, you're never going to get 100%, you know, and if you're trying for perfection, this isn't the fucking industry you want to be in by any means, like by any means.
For sure.
So I have 45 adult grow-ups and hatchlings all on frozen thawed meals with no issue. Awesome.
That's great.
Wise guys, what's up? How are you? Melinda says, I feed my animals what they want to eat as long as they get a meal in their belly. I totally agree. I've had some people with the mindsets like, nope, why don't you try ASFs? Nope, if they don't eat rats or ASFs, I mean, if they don't eat rats or rats only because that's the easiest for me, then they're not eating. Okay. I mean, I'm like on the stance with Melinda. I want to have, as long as my animal's eating, I don't care what it eats, you know? Shit, if it wanted McDonald's drive-thru and I knew it would eat it and it was healthy for them, I'd go fucking pick up McDonald's drive-thru for them. I want my animals eating, regardless what it's eating, as long as it's healthy. James Perry in the house. What's up? Heart of the Python. How you doing, guys?
Hey.
What's going on? I have had a hell of a time getting some of my breeder-sized females I got to eat. No matter what I offer them, most do great, but there are a few stubborn. So,
I've had that experience with breeder females that I got. Sometimes it just takes a while for them to settle in.
Yeah, and like we talked about last night on MC Academy on the Patreon with Dr. Warren Booth, little things like substrate change, it really triggers them, and it might take a while for them to get resettled in.
Tub size,
everything, location, temperature, little tiny cues can really throw animals off. But if you haven't got some animals to eat, I would recommend, you know, even he mentioned it, something like Flagell or Da Vinci Boa supplement. You need to get something in that gut of theirs, regardless, to start, you know, getting it active so that they get hungry, that they get that enzyme that makes them want to eat. So if you want to hit me up, you know, send me a message, say tomorrow or so, we can talk about this. But yeah, it is frustrating because, one, you want the animal healthy and eating because that's what, you know, makes you feel good. it doesn't stress you out as much. And two, if they're not eating, they're not going to be very good for breeding. So it's extra stress on you. So, and there we go. Once again, another shout out to the generic canvas. Tomorrow night.
Genetic. It's actually genetic canvas. Autocorrect. Got her.
Generic. There we go. New word. Generic. The generic canvas. No. The genetic canvas. There we go.
It's good. I think this is we need more content like this, just a deep dive into individual genes. That's super helpful. There was some content about that was sort of on a surface level a few years ago. And you did some content too.
Yep.
But there's a lot of opportunity, I think, for content.
Yep. Speaking of content, I just filmed my first video.
Whoa.
And it's all ready to launch. It's done.
Right.
I got a new guy. I saw it. It looks good. And it's on my ASFs and what I use. And, the tubs. Big shout out to Vision and also Freedom Breeder. But yeah, I don't know when we're going to launch it, but I'm getting into that filming mode and getting into, a lot of new ways I'm doing my videos. So they're starting to come. They're going to be coming 2025. So I'm sorry it's taking too damn long, but it's coming. So Morph Market should do a good guy, bad guy like Fauna did. It helped in the past with who would ship first. See, the only thing is when you get into that, you're going to have fucking haters on there and other people and unsubstantiated claims. And everybody's a fucking victim. And, I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I wouldn't want to be the referee in those cases. You know what I mean? So I'm not really sure. Leland says, thanks for the shout out and any kind words. Appreciate y'all. The show is called Genetic Canvas on Keys Constrictors, YouTube, Tuesday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific. Chocolate is the next. On the 31st, it's Puzzle. There you go. And then lots of love back.
Dambala.
Look at newborn babies. Doesn't matter if it's breast formula. Fed is best. That's it. You got to feed it. Brittany says, do you believe that mousers are a thing?
Good question.
I have a female that has eaten rats and ASFs, but rarely. But you throw a mouse in and it's gone.
That's actually one of the things you can do to get an adult eating when they've stopped eating is throw them a mouse and give them a little change up there. But yeah. I have heard people say that this one's a mouser, and I just don't know if that means that they didn't try hard enough or they didn't try mouse. They would not use them occasionally, and I don't know. What do you think, Billy?
I also think temperature, what it's kept in, climate, humidity, bedding, all these, and this is proven, all these trigger other things in their environmental factors trigger some of these animals. I've had back in the day, people message me saying, hey, Billy, blah, blah, blah. I do paper towel. This thing hasn't eaten. And I'm like, you know what? Try some cocoa husk. They try cocoa husk. Holy fuck, the thing ate. It could be just that one little trigger, and do we really know? It could be that one thing. It could be just luck. It could be 3 other factors that we didn't even think about. We really don't know a lot about these animals we think we know a lot about.
It's true.
We assume from what we hear and what we've done, it's tough.
Once we teach them to talk, it'll be a lot easier.
Oh, well, you know what? I mean, I don't know. I don't think some people would want their animals to talk. I'm just saying. I'm throwing it out there. Jesus, you're very welcome. Very welcome. I I remember Bill used to do that, the piles of tubs and walking through the genes with different combos. Yeah, I'm trying to look at different content and new things that, I'm being creative. There's a lot of new stuff that I want to do. Even when I do my egg cutting videos, now there's going to be an egg cutting video. And the first part's going to be the egg cutting video. And then, we're going to skip ahead 2 weeks. And then here's the animals coming out of the incubator after they shed. I'm going to ID them and put them away. So it's not going to be a egg cutting video only and then an update. It's all going to be like here's clutch 17. Here's the egg cutting. 2 weeks later, hey guys, I'm back. They're finally coming out of the incubator and here they are. Here's this. Here's the sex. These are the genes. And I'm going to break down the genetics in the tub a little differently than I've done in the past. So trying to be creative, trying to do things differently, and trying to be educational and inspiring at the same time, Banna, hey, I saw you on Instagram earlier. Oh, you're very welcome. So she was on with Caleb earlier on an Instagram live, and I popped in for a little bit and said hi and everything. And Banna doesn't like pied. I'm like, well, you don't like pied, man? And she's like, I'm sorry, I like pied, but it's, I'm like, I get it. I'm just fucking with you. You don't have to like everything. There's genes that I don't like, or just, I wouldn't say I don't like. I just don't think they're any help at this point or stage for my collection and what I want to do, But
she's on a great Off the Plank podcast, and I was on there a couple weeks ago. Really enjoyed it, and they have a lot of fun.
Awesome. Leland, Billy, I'll DM you to get your date and morph selection. I'm thinking asphalt. Hey, there we go. That can work. That can work. Let's see. I can offer a rat all I want. Switch immediately to a mouse, and it takes it. I've done that too. Yeah. I had a breeder that would call us like, Bill, man, I got all these adult mice. You take them for $1 each. How many you got? Like 1,000 of them. Bring them. And I would just open the tubs and throw them in everywhere. And it was like crack. They took them all.
Yep.
And then guess what? Next week in ASF, simple. Palm Street auction is pretty awesome. I haven't had much time to go on and look, but I hear it's picking up a little.
Yeah. And it's, I think it's going to find a niche and find a use case and a niche just for reptiles. I'm bullish on it. I'm pretty hopeful that it'll become a good avenue to move some animals.
You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. This says, my hat's off to people who use paper towels or liners. A lot of work. I did that for several months. Holy shit, going back to COCO. Didn't know they pissed them. So
it's tougher to clean, man.
I did my whole collection of probably 1,000 to 1,200 animals for about 5 years, only on unprinted newspaper. And if you go back to some of my older videos, well, you can't really go back to my my old Instagram because they had to start all over. But we would every week, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm talking long hours, go through the entire collection, and every tub was sprayed and air dried and disinfected, put on new paper, and yeah, it was a lot, and big difference. And one thing I noticed from going to a substrate, especially COCO, humidity is always better, as well as the smell is a lot lower. Because when you just have tub and paper and piss, it smells like tub, paper, and piss. And I'll tell you one thing, paper and tub doesn't have a smell. So it's limited down to piss only. So, COCO is a very good absorbent of urates. So, food for thought. Billy, can't wait to see your new video. You inspired me to breed in the fall. Oh, wow. Fucking awesome. Look at that. I love it. I love being able to just be me, as crazy as I am, and whatever I do to inspire people, because I love what I do. And if I can do anything to help somebody, inspire somebody, you know, change their mindset and get them off their ass and believe in themselves and push forward, I'll keep fucking doing it until the day I die, because, you know, someone's got to do it. And, you know, if you don't believe in yourself and you know, no one else is going to do it, especially if you don't believe in yourself. That's a fucking fact, because if you don't believe in yourself, other people are going to see that you don't believe in yourself. So why the fuck should they believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? True story and facts. And you know what? If other people don't believe in you, yeah, you're doing it for them or you're doing it for you. Because I'll tell you one thing, when you do shit for yourself and they see you, all those people now want to start. Like that's just fucking truth and fact, you know, without a doubt. True. It is 1,000,000%. So,
I remember my first Billy video and I was like, this guy keeps it real, you know, and you were opening up tubs and, oh no, there's poop in here. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
They poop. Okay, we're going to clean it. We go through and clean them regularly, but sometimes I open this up. There might be poop in here. You're going to have to be able to handle that.
Yeah, I'm not fucking staging my shit. This is what I do. You know, even when I do an egg cutting video, like, you know, how about those ones where I reach in to grab an animal and one bites me and I have my reaction and then you see the animal flying in the air. Yeah. You know, hey guys, it's okay, you know, but it's going to happen. You know, we get bit and, you know, it's not like I'm in there trying to make them bite me. I'm just trying to grab an animal to show you the awesome animals we created, but shit happens, right? I want to be as real as possible. So, oh, look at that. My first was the monsoon one, the Billy dance. Yeah. Fucking awesome. I'm going to throw this up right now. Thank you all for being part of tonight's live. And the continued love and support, which is awesome. And you guys are just fucking great. And also, can we give you a shameless plug, Craig? Tell them what's going to be in the description below from now on.
Oh, yeah. So I've been telling you all about the AV Club, which we've got about 50 members now.
On Patreon. I mean, on Instagram.
Instagram, yeah. So we needed a better place to put the archived content like I do exclusive videos and stuff like that. So we're going to keep the Instagram group free, but we made a Patreon because everyone said, Craig, you should do a Patreon. So we've got a cheap $5 tier on the Patreon. If you want to go check it out, search for BashCoder Reptiles on Patreon and hit me up in DM and I'll add you to the AV Club. We talk about like how to make our reels better, how to do a better job with our cameras, lights, audio, microphones, all that kind of geek stuff. So there's some reptile talk, but mostly it's about how can we present our reptiles better.
Yeah, and you know what? It's great. I mean, I love that. I'm probably going to join as well because I need some of that shit. I need to learn. I need to up my game because you've set the bar so damn high. Like it's crazy, and I love it because when you started coming out with them, I was lucky enough to see them before and give critique some of them. Yeah. And I don't really think I had to critique any of it, really. It was just like, oh, fucking air it. Or there was one where I'm like, hey, you might want to do this instead. And you were like, yeah, I didn't know. But everything else was like fucking home run from day one. And, you know, you've not only raised the bar, you're consistently staying at that bar, if not raising it slowly.
Thank you, Billy. Appreciate that.
It is. It's like, you know, it's like, oh my God, you know, let's go. Like, I mean, I missed it. Like I crave it. Like, you know, it's like you fed us, you know, a bunch of drugs and we've all come down and we need more. We're all itching for.
Yeah. I've been so busy this month, but we'll be hitting it hard next month.
Yeah. So, thanks. What's up? Thanks for popping in.
Larry's a real one.
From Lindworm.
Yep.
Paul, Mr. Caplock says, thanks for another great Monday. Till next week, have an awesome week all. Tiffany and Marcus, you are appreciated, Billy, because you speak facts. I try, you know, I might not do everything perfectly, but I do things and I share, you know, why I do things and you know, I'm not going to tell you that I like something if I really don't, or, but I tell you, I don't like it just because, I don't like it because that person has it. No, I don't like it because I don't think it does what I have. Or, when Puzzle was around, I was trying to get Puzzle, but you could only get Puzzle or Pastel Puzzle. I wanted more. So I ended up going Cryptic, and I'm glad I did. I'm actually happy with that.
Me too.
I went with Ultramel because I liked what it did. And then later on, out came Monarch. I still like Ultramel over Monarch, but that's my preference, right? So I'm going to always keep it real. And if people don't like it, I'm sorry to hurt your feelings, but I'm just being honest. And you can't, accept me for that. Then, would you rather me lie and tell you something that ain't real? Like, you know what I mean? We get enough of that in life. I don't want to be a part of that shit, Raw, and this is how it is. You don't like it, don't watch. And no one's forcing you, So, thanks. It looks awesome. I just hope I can utilize it to its fullest, right? So, yay. I don't know, but you should get up here soon. And, well, not with the winter, This trooper would drive like 8.5 hours, spend 2 or 3 hours, and drive 8.5 hours back.
In one shot.
And I'm like, woman, and she did that 2 times. And I'm like, the next time you come down, I got you. So it was awesome because, we got to spend more time together and hang out, all of us, and fucking awesome. You're always welcome here. Oh, look who's here. What's up?
Sophia.
Who's this?
She is very wise. Her name means wisdom in the Greek, and she's very wise.
Awesome. There you go. So Sophia means wisdom in Greek?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
The grand is gone.
Oh, our grandbaby was with us for a couple days.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like, you sold your piano? Like,
a grand is gone. It's every day a grand is gone for something, but yeah.
Yeah. Not the dollar value. So she's laughing. But no, everybody, thank you for popping in and, spending a couple hours with us. And you know how you've been busy? I didn't even watch the show. I got called in. I got on a call and I got sidetracked. I totally forgot afterwards to go back on. So I have to watch your and the others episode on MJ.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty fun.
So you know how everybody tapped in? I tapped out, for fuck's sake. I got to tap back in and watch.
And be sure to catch us this Wednesday on Balls and Things.
Yes. I'm on it. You're on it. Is it just the two of us or there's a few others?
I don't know.
Cool. Well, the two
We'll
most
see.
important people are there. But yeah, so thanks, everybody. We'll do our outro song, or my outro song, and you hear me go, and Craig. We're going to have to get Mike from Herp Collector. Big shout out to get a new one.
I don't know. I like that. I like that, and Craig.
And Craig, yeah. So, yeah, because if you get them to, give a little bit about us, Craig's setting the bar high and Billy can't hit it. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck's going on here?
Thanks, Marcus and Tiffany. Really appreciate y'all.
So here we go. Here's the outro. See you next week, unless you tune in on Wednesday. So here we go.
I channel my content, I'm the man with the Morse, Billy Rose in the house,
Craig.
breaking down those doors. Mutation, creation, making waves, that's the norm. With the snakes in my hand, feel the power transform. Yo, it's Billy Rose, let me tell you a tale from the heart of Canada, where the pythons prevail. Got the rack stack high, more stat to make you smile. From clowns to ultra mouths, I'm running this reptile now. Started from the bottom, now collections elite. Feeding ASF, every snake gets a treat with the community tight. I'm the breeder you seek. Mutation, creation, every day of the week. Social media buzzing, see the followers grow. On YouTube, Instagram, watch the Billy Rose show. The hacks and synergize, got the genetics on lock. In the reptile game, I'm the TikTok of the clock. Channel my content, I'm the man with the Morse. Billy Rose in the house, breaking down those doors. Mutation, creation, making waves, that's the norm. With the snakes in my hand, feel the power transform. Gold scissors in hand, cutting clutches with flair. Repping Toronto, Canada, I'm...
And the U.S.
And the great state of Alabama.
It never gets old. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, Massey. Have a good one. Be safe. Be smart. Everybody that has been in accidents or in the hospital or going through stuff,
Get better.
please get better. Positive vibes going out, and keep being strong. See you guys later.